Alright, so I got a battle against a BlakBlastoise from Smogon. I'm finally back after like a month of not having any battles, and this is basically a perfect indication of how not to play. So I start with a Venomoth. I use Sleep Powder. This is a new team I'm trying out. I haven't quite got all the kinks worked out of it yet, but I set up Toxic Spikes while he sleeps. I don't want him like waking up and hypnosising or anything, so I go to Gyarados while he's still asleep, and I want to taunt him in case he wakes up. So he switches out to Jirachi, which I do taunt. So now I know it can't like Calm Mind or Wish or anything, so I'm gonna go to Garchomp to take the obvious Thunderbolt. And now I'm just gonna Fire Blast because I'm expecting to see Bronzong again. So he sends out Bronzong again. I Fire Blast. It does almost half to it. And it's still asleep, so I'm just going to go for the Fire Blast again. It wakes up, it uses Light Screen, and right here is where I make stupid mistake number one. I send out Gyarados expecting he'll switch, but I don't know why I thought he'd switch because a Bronzong at that low health is pretty useless. And I end up intimidating him and he blows up on me. I should have just finished him off. But anyways, I only take like half from it. And then he sends out a Salamence. I make dumb mistake number 2 here. I don't know what that thing wants to do at all, so I should just stay in and sacrifice Gyarados. Instead I go to Cresselia. Luckily the Draco Meteor misses. He uses another one, which does a shitload of damage to me, but I expect that and I Moonlight off all the damage. Then he switches out to Jirachi, I think, expecting my Ice Beam. I decide to try and figure out what kind of Jirachi that is, so I stay in for a turn. And he decides to Thunderbolt, I guess going for the Paralysis or something. So I switch Garchomp in again. And right here is where I make the mistake that pretty much cost me the match. I expect him to switch to like a Glizzor or a Hippowdon or something bulky that can survive. So I use Outrage because this is a Adamant CB Chomp, so it would 2-hit KO Glizzor or Hippowdon. Turns out he goes back to Salamence, and I Outrage, I kill it, but now I'm locked into it. If I had used Dragon Claw, I would have been able to kill the Salamence still. I would have been able to switch out of the Azelf he sends in, and I probably would have been able to beat Jirachi later on, but I didn't. So I'm locked into Outrage, and he HP ices me, and I die. And I'm realizing right now that besides Blissey, I don't have that much left that can take Azelf. So I know it's going to use Explosion, but I don't have anything else that I could risk dying, so it uses Psychic first, just in case I switch, I guess. I get some damage on it with Flamethrower. He uses Explosion, and Blissey dies. So right here I send out Venomoth, because I'm hoping he'll send out something that I can put to sleep. But he sends out an Infernape instead, which is like the worst thing I could have fought. So I stay in and take the Flamethrower because I don't want him to. I don't want to switch out and have him like Nasty Plot or something. So now I go to Crest, which can kill Infernape. He switches to Jirachi. I use Psychic. And at this point, I know he has Jirachi, Infernape, and one unknown. If it's Garchomp, I can beat it. If the Jirachi is Calm Mind, I lose. So I use Charge Beam. I get a boost. I'm thinking if I get enough boosts, I can take that thing out before it takes me out. But I go for the Charge Beam again. he does use Calm Mind, and at this point there's nothing else any of the rest of my team can do to that thing, so I just run. Good game. I'm still working on a team that'll work for me, so yeah. Don't play like shit after you've been gone for a month.